Tell us what happened. He went to the FBI and essentially bragged that he had done nothing wrong, but of course that gave the FBI evidence.
Yeah, I think he gave them some ammunition here. As happens sometimes, he thought he was under investigation for insider trading, apparently, based on the text we have, and he went in and sort of explained why he shouldn't. But that's not really what the FBI was looking into, or at least not what they ultimately were looking into and has now been charged with. He's essentially accused of defrauding investors by taking money from one group, which was the hedge fund, or from the Retrophin to give to the hedge fund investors and make them whole. But he went into this interview remarkably without a lawyer, on his own. As is often the case with Martin Shkreli, he seemed to think he knew how to do it best, and in doing so, he may have made things much worse for himself.
Now, essentially, the FBI can really only use this if Shkreli takes the stand, and they can say, well, he's not being truthful because he told us this. If Shkreli doesn't take the stand, it's inadmissible, correct?
That's our understanding. There might be some other way it opens up, but for now, that's true. It's a little hard to imagine that Shkreli won't want to take the stand. His lawyers may feel otherwise, so we'll see how that plays out.
Now, some of this relates to his tweeting as well. He tweeted out a lot. It's another case of, be very careful what you tweet or be ready to face the consequences.
Right. He's been very brash from the beginning. In fact, he's been banned from Twitter because of some of his outrageous comments. But obviously, that didn't stop him from going to the FBI and talking.
Now, he had transferred shares, this is another part of the story, to an employee. And that employee has turned now and is part of the prosecution's sort of case. If you were defending him, what would your defense be, Winnie?
For Martin Shkreli? I don't think I can make his defense for him here, but his lawyers are going to try to say that he wasn't a fraud from the beginning, that he was managing various businesses and he was doing it completely above board, and his accountants will testify to that, and they're going to say that he had letters from lawyers saying that what he was doing was appropriate.
What kind of a sentence is a precedent for this, if anything?
That's going to be very hard to say. We're going to have to wait and see how these kind of charges play out. I do think what's interesting here for Shkreli is he made some enemies along the way. And clearly because of his outrageous comments and his increased drug prices, he got investigators interested. And now some people he's made angry are going to be witnesses against him.